Hey Vas, this is Amit Kachilia. This is the video on our flagship program, Planners Partner Model. We are running this model since 2020, and let me first complete within my first 2 minutes my drill. I'm the first certified financial planner from Nasik. I completed this course way back in February 2008. That is the year of global financial crisis. Since then, I entered into fee-only financial planning practice. Apart from the CFP certification, I hold professional certifications in accountancy. I am the MBA in finance and having a strong knack in counseling and training. 2008 to 2012 was a tough period for us in terms of exploring our practice. But since then, after 2013 onwards, based on the changes in the dynamics of Indian financial domain, like direct plans and all RI model and all that stuff, our practice, financial planning practice is growing in leaps and bounds. Let me give this disclaimer that whatever program we are into, that is PPM model and all that stuff, the FPSB has nothing to do with this. Okay, this is purely on our part. Okay. You treat this PPM model program as an investment and not as a routine expense to secure your professional growth and approach. Now, in my case, what had happened is 2008 was a very nascent period in terms of financial literacy campaigns, financial planning people were not aware of. Also, that global financial crisis occurred. So it was a very tough time. So as an individual person, I didn't have any background. There was no financial planner to whom I can approach. And also the person should be willing to teach me, train me. So that was not the case. So all my practice was all about doing trial and error. Okay. So that's why it took me around 7 to 8 years to grow myself in terms of my fee only practice. But other approach, which for this, what this model is all about, is taking professional guidance and exponentially compounding your growth faster. I didn't have this option in 2008. For you, I am there to provide the second option. So I'm sure you're clever enough as a financial planners to calculate the cost of 8 years of expanding your practice using trial and error. Okay. Now let's directly deep dive into what PPM is all about. So our model is pretty simple. Okay. You are the financial planner, advisor, RI, whatever be the terminology you want to use, and we will become your back-end hand-holding partners for your clients. Okay. Now, what are the PPM joining options? That is Planners Partner Model joining options. You can avail first option, that is, it's a comprehensive, exhaustive 3-day online training program. Okay. The dates, when everything is online. So all that stuff will be shared once you get back to us. Another option is that you complete this training program, that is 3 days of exhaustive training workshop. Apart from that, you will be provided with our patented proprietary software called as Film Plan Writer with unlimited version, which means you can make n number of clients, n number of plans of n number of clients. Okay. So it is our in-house software which will provide it to you. That is another option of our PPM model. Third option being that training, 3 days of workshop training plus this financial plan drafting software called as Film Plan Writer and 1 year of hand-holding agreement. Okay, so we'll be there with you as a back-end 1 year support so that you develop yourself using our methodologies, processes. And obviously within 1 year is a good time for us to give you that hand-holding support. Later on, obviously you can be on your own because we have taught you, trained you, groomed you under the fee-only financial planning practice model. Okay. Fourth option being, of course, the training and only the hand-holding model. Okay. 1 year of hand-holding agreement, but not the software part. Okay. So either you can go with the A option, B option, C option, D option to suit your specific requirement. Okay. So this is what our model is all about. I'll be sharing in greater detail all the parameters. Okay. Let's start with the training part. Okay. So what is being covered in the 3-day training schedule? Okay. So day one, of course, before that, so duration of the workshop or training will be 3 days. That is for sure, it's a full 3 days program. Okay. Second, the timing will be from 9:30 to 6:30 with suitable logical breaks. Okay. And location for the training will be online. Okay. Now, what is being covered in 3 days? First, on day one of the program of the training day, we will be learning the psychological aspects to mold yourself as an RIA or a financial planner or advisor. What mindset is required? What are the psychological parameters for the client, prospect, and at your end too? Then, what are the areas and scope of financial planning practice, and how you can explore yourself in that aspect. Third will be, how do you quote the fees? What is the revenue model to be applied? So we'll be sharing different models, its calculation part, what we are following as from our end within the legal framework allowed by SEBI. Then comes the marketing aspects. How do you convert your prospect into your client? So what are the marketing tools we are using, what you can use considering your city profile, your contact base and all that stuff. So we'll be sharing all that stuff in this. Everything will be pinpointed. Nothing will be vague. It will be very crystal clear on each and every aspect of this. Okay. Then on day 2 comes the main part, drafting a financial plan of a family. Okay. So it's a very full day using our patented software, that is Plan Writer. How will you draft a plan of a family, and various case studies will be considered. And how do you automate it? Okay, because you can't spend 8 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours on just one plan of a one family, then the cost benefit analysis is not making sense. Okay, so how do you go about it in terms of drafting a financial plan in just 1 hour? That's it. Okay, so that's what we'll be learning in our second day. It's dedicated on this foundational aspect only, drafting of plan, because you need to understand that when a client is approaching you for your service, you are required to provide only 3 aspects of service: planning, execution, and periodical review. That's it. Now, as attendee to just the training program, we'll be providing 2 files of financial plans as free of cost from our end. Okay. But obviously you won't be able to make the third plan out of the system, because it will be locked to those names only provided from your end, either at the time of the workshop or later on. That's your choice. Those who are going for the software option also, they'll be given the unlimited version later on. Day 3. How do you execute? What are the areas of execution, like insurance, critical illness, accidental, mutual funds, equities? How do you research? How do you analyze? All that stuff will be considered in day 3 part. So planning has been considered. Now we are day 3 execution, and of course review will also be there. Then tax planning, going beyond ATC and ATD. What are the different innovative ways of handling your tax? Innovative ways. I'm sure you are able to understand what I mean. What are the processes to be set up to start your financial planning practice? What are the areas you need to automate? Areas you need to be in the manual mode and all that stuff. So all that will be taken care of. So basically, how do you set up your practice, your financial planning practice? Okay. What are the areas to be considered, like minutes of meeting and all that stuff? So that will be considered in this part. Then, how do you conduct your periodical reviews? What are the areas to be considered while reviewing? Let's say 4 monthly review, 3 monthly review, 6 monthly. For whom what is suitable? Again, there has to be some logical parameters. So for a client A, there can be a 3 monthly review. For client B, there can be a 6 monthly review. What are the parameters you need to consider? So all that stuff will be considered on conducting of periodical reviews in terms of learning. Okay, so these are the exhaustive 3 days of training we will be providing on a full day basis. Now, what are we? Of course, prospect and objection handling for clients. So let's say the person has not become your client. So how do you handle his Q&A? And there are many objections. So this will be now interactive part. Okay, so there may be objections which I may not have enumerated, which you can share it from your end, and I will try to answer them also. Okay, so how do you handle the objections in a more sophisticated, scientific, professional way in terms of your prospects or your current client base. Then last but not the least, for those who have entered into with the training part, also the agreement part, the signing process will be completed on day 3 if you have availed it. As I mentioned, there are 4 options of the PPM model. In terms of the software part, what we are offering is our unlimited version of our proprietary software, FinPlan Writer. Okay. There is no AMC to it. So it's a one-time cost technically you are paying for it. It's a lifetime free for you. Okay, so if you calculate the cost, it will be negligible, because once you are getting this software, later on for drafting a plan, you are not paying any cost to anybody. Okay, and it's purely offline, so your client's data is with you, it won't be with me. Okay, so it's a one-time cost towards drafting your financial plan of your clients. Let's say you are having 500 clients, or let's say 50 clients. It's a one-time cost. There is no portfolio tagging, time limitation, time locking, or anything of such kind. Okay. Of course, it will be locked to your branding. So whatever name you want, that will be locked to it. Now, 1 year handholding means what? So these options are for the C and D options. So first thing will be helping you, guiding you in setting up your own business come practice model. Okay, that's one part. Second part, if you want that we conduct marketing IPs for you. Let's say you are having a group of 15 people, we'll be conducting a Zoom training on your behalf. So we will be becoming your speaker for you, presenter for you. Ultimately, the client will be converted at your end. You need to understand, we are not here to get your client base. We'll be acting as a back-end partner only. Okay, so that you need to keep in mind. We'll be trying to teach you, because see, during the workshop part, everything is downloaded from your end in terms of learning. But then as and when you are practicing, developing, because no two client families are same. They are not homogeneous families. They are heterogeneous families. So each and every case will be different. So obviously you may stuck up with, let's say, taxation part, or let's say estate part, or let's say the investment part. So we are there to guide you, to support you, considering the specific dynamics of that particular client families. Okay. So through this, professional approach will be inculcated from our end. Okay. Then any troubleshooting, we are there as your first solution option. Okay, at client specific case or particular query related cases. Okay. So basically we are becoming your second opinion doctor. So anything you have a doubt, you can always approach us. Okay, clear your doubt and accordingly communicate or convey that to your particular client. So we are making it sure that every client asks you first when it comes to the financial decisions of his family's life. So we are becoming technically your back-end partner. So you remain the face of the organization for your clients. Okay. Now this particular contract, the agreement part, it is treated as provision of service in the nature of training and handholding, and does not entitle you as the planner. Sorry, it's not partner. It does not entitle you as the planner to treat yourself as SEBI's RI on our behalf. Okay, keep that thing in mind. These are our contact credentials, my mobile number, my email ID, my YouTube channel. You can download the brochure part from the link in the description of this particular video. You can also watch out on the FPSB platform, starting a fee only financial practice. It's my own video. And do get back to us if you're interested in this particular model, planners partner model, option A, B, C, D. It's up to you. If you are still having any doubts, queries, you can always contact us using our contact credentials. Thank you so much.